never meant to make it such a mess. I was trying to help. If you knew who I am, just how broken I am.
I already know you. And I love you.
I have to tell them.
It was nerve-wracking for sure, a little bit scary because of course I loved the experience of performing the role on stage, and I really wanted to do it justice and obviously protect that legacy and give fans a version that could live on and that people would, feel did that beautiful character of Evan justice. And it was this really fun kind of juggling of like remembering all these, muscle memory, instinctual, second nature things about Evan that I already had, and then also being open to the new experience of this story being told spontaneously for the first time in a different medium, in a much more understated and a little bit more internal way.
It was so scary. It was so scary. I really, really wanted to play this part. I love this musical, and I particularly love the part of Heidi. I remember when I saw it, I was so intrigued by the character because she's like sort of always outside, trying to kind of understand, Evan's experience, kind of get in there. And you don't really know about her until she sits down and she sings this extraordinary song. So to have an opportunity to express something like that, I think emotionally and musically, was something that was brand new for me and wonderful, thrilling, and of course, like terrifying to be able to be in the presence of like such giant musical talents, this group that created this, and to sing it in front of Ben Platt, it's like, wow, it was a lot, but I'm grateful for the experience.
Well, the song factors in terms of you understanding who Alana is on a deeper level. And why she feels so passionate about starting the Connor Project, which is the foundation that she creates in response, to Connor. And so the song speaks to how people are a lot more complicated than you might perceive them to be on the surface, and how there's a lot of people out there who you might not think of at first glance that are also struggling with their mental health, and that it's okay to be struggling because you're not alone in that, and that maybe through the power of being vulnerable and talking about what you're going through with other people, you can actually kind of break down those walls that make you feel so isolated in your experience.
This was a very new world for me, and singing Requiem is a very, very powerful and emotional roller coaster of a song that I felt like, and there was so much build up to it. I was so worried about getting it right and doing the Zoes before me justice. So that the fact that when I finished it, I just felt like very relieved and very proud of myself, honestly. And it was a very rewarding song to do, and to be able to sing it live was even more rewarding.
What we love about theater is we're there in the room and we're feeling like it's actually happening. Well, you can't do that. I'm recording it through all these technologies. But what I did was I insisted, from day one, live singing. He's in that dining room, he's singing in that dining room. He has this earwig in, and we're really capturing this moment. I wanted the audience for the movie to feel like they were sitting on the soundstage watching it the way I was watching it. When we did Words Fail Part 2, and he's in the woods, he's confronting himself, which was a very powerful moment. On stage, Michael Greif did it brilliantly. He's talking to the family, and then he turns out to the audience and he's confronting himself. So it's like, okay, in this moment, what's the audience? Well, the audience is that tree. The audience are the woods. He's going back to the scene of the crime, as it were.
It really means everything. I feel really privileged and really grateful that I got to do it. I know that there are so many brilliant performances that get created on stage that the actors responsible for creating them don't get the opportunity to immortalize them on film. And I know that it's a rarity to get to be the person that does that, and I certainly don't take that for granted, and I feel just really lucky that the studio and the director entrusted me to do that and wanted me to be the one to kind of put him to rest and to create the kind of crystallized version of him. And it just really allows me to say goodbye and have such a beautiful degree of closure, and knowing that, one day, God willing, I can show my children and, their children, and that it will live on in this way that I think we're all very proud of.